What's going on, guys? My name is ATF Kobra, and today we're taking a look at the Scar L and the two weapon attachments that go hand to hand, and those are the Kobra sight and the red dot sight. And basically I'm putting these two attachments together. I'm showing you guys a little bit of gameplay, and you guys could kind of decipher between the gameplay for yourself, but it is kind of mostly preference on which one is better. Me and my personal opinion, for the Scar L, the Kobra sight fares a lot better than the red dot sight, because it just feels that you have more precise aiming when you have a bigger reticle. Because when you have that small little dot, you kind of have to find your target and you have to make sure that you're accurate. Not to say that you don't have to, or you're not going to be as accurate with the Kobra sight, or you're going to be more accurate. It's just mostly on preference as well, and the fact that you do have a bigger reticle, so you have a bigger point to hit your enemy, which does fare in very better at medium to long ranges. Now the Scar L is a dominant assault rifle for the close quarter DLC that was released. This weapon is mostly used for medium to long range, so the higher time scopes are actually better for the Scar. But if you guys don't want to go the route and you want to have more peripheral vision, then your best bet is to actually unlock the Kobra sight rather than the red dot sight. The red dot sight will fare you pretty much better than the iron sights. The iron sights aren't too bad, but they just kind of block your peripheral view. You'll most likely lose your enemy when you are using the iron sights. So the red dot sight does fare well until you unlock the Kobra sight, which will give you a lot more reference to actually shoot your enemy. And here, as you guys will see, I try to land the middle piece on my enemy's shoulder or midsection area, and that allows me to get fast and quick headshots. Now the Scar L, like I said, is a long range weapon, so that's where you want to take it as well. Even though sometimes you'll feel like you're missing your shots if you're going for targets that are in longer ranges, but at the same time the Scar can hit those shots, but you just don't want to be using something any bigger, because you will lose your enemy sometimes in the ACOG sight or even the 6x scope, which I've seen some people use sometimes, which is really strange to me. But yeah, headshots will happen a lot of times when you're using it with the Kobra, because the Kobra is easier to land successful shots because you don't have to put a small little red dot on one target. You have a bigger crosshair, if you would say. And this actually helps you to be a lot more accurate, because you can kind of get away with not being right on target of your enemy with the Kobra sight than you would if you're using the red dot sight. But anyways, the Scar L is a beast of assault rifle. I love using this gun. It doesn't fare too well for the close quarter map packs. I mean, sometimes it does, but it fires way too slow to take on anything like the AEK or the M16 A3 or the F2000. You just get dominated over and over again. But anyways, like I said, it is a long range rifle, so try to use it in that sense, and be smart about how you're using it. If you're gonna go the short range or the short route, recommend that you guys use the laser sight, and that really improves your hip firing accuracy by a lot. It will actually save you a lot of times in some battles, and sometimes it won't. Sometimes I feel that getting that last bullet, sometimes my enemy will be on 1% or 3%, and they'll be one bullet away from me killing them, and it sucks. But that's how they kind of balance these guns, because you don't want one weapon dominating, aka M16A3. Nah, it does feel like the M16A3 is the best weapon, and it fares in every engagement. But you need a weapon like that. You need a go-to weapon that can do well in most cases. You don't need weapons to all be the same, generic, and kind of boring. I'm kind of glad the way DICE balanced their game, and I'm looking to future games, future DLC with DICE, and I'm excited for the new weapons, and I love using them, and so far it's been actually pretty fun. But the Scar L was probably the best overall weapon that I've used for long range and bigger maps, and it feels like it's gonna dominate a lot of the assault rifles over long range, such as the M16A3 or even the AEK, because over at range, some of these weapons do drop off and they're not as accurate, but the Scar L is. These two attachments, Kobra sight versus the red dot sight, will actually help you take over and actually you know, be able to be more precise than your enemy. And hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. It's been your boy ATF Kobra. Peace.